My parents, pillars of the community. Pillars of lies, had always doted on my brother. He could do no wrong. I, on the other hand, was the afterthought, the spare. So, when our wealthy grandfather passed, it wasn't entirely shocking that the bulk of his estate, the sprawling mansion, the blue-chip stocks, the vintage car collection, went to my darling brother. My parents, naturally, were named executors. They assured me I'd be taken care of. A phrase that translated to a measly sum barely enough to cover a year's rent. The injustice burned. It wasn't about the money, though that would have been nice. It was the principle. The blatant, years-long favoritism. So, I decided to play the long game. No dramatic outbursts, no tearful accusations. Just quiet, calculated revenge. I started by becoming indispensable. I offered to help manage the estate. Free of charge, of course. My parents, relieved to offload the work, readily agreed. I became their shadow, attending every meeting, handling every transaction. They lauded my generosity, oblivious to the meticulous records I was keeping. The discrepancies I was noting. My brother, meanwhile, was living the high life, fueled by his inheritance. He invested in surefire ventures that inevitably went south. I, ever the supportive sister, loaned him money, carefully documenting every penny. My parents, blinded by their love for him, covered his losses time and again, further depleting the estate. Then, the hammer fell. I presented my parents with the meticulously compiled evidence of their mismanagement. The inflated administrative fees. The questionable investments read gifts to themselves. The blatant self-dealing. I even had proof of my brother's mounting debts I now legally held. The look on their faces was priceless. The pillars crumbled. Their perfect facade shattered. They were facing financial ruin, legal action, and the scorn of the community. My brother, stripped of his funds and now owing me a substantial sum, was forced to face reality. I didn't take everything. I'm not them. I recovered what was rightfully mine, plus a little extra for services rendered. I left them the house, a stark reminder of their greed. My revenge wasn't about destroying them. It was about showing them the consequences of their actions. And that, I accomplished with a quiet, satisfying smile.